Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you something very big, something the fake news won't talk about. People are asking me everywhere I go, President Trump, who is America's greatest partner, and I say this, it should be India. Nobody's talking about it the way I do, but believe me, it's huge. The future of America and India together is brighter, stronger, and more unstoppable than anything the world has ever seen. Let me start by saying this, folks. Democracy is the greatest gift the world has ever seen. And America, we've been doing it for a very long time. We've shown the world what freedom looks like. And India, they've been doing it on a massive scale, over 1 billion people. Can you believe it? The largest democracy on earth. Nobody else can say that. Only India. And when you take the oldest constitutional democracy, the United States of America, and you bring it together with the largest democracy, the Republic of India, you don't just get two countries. You get something much bigger. You get a destiny, a shared destiny. Now, people don't talk about this enough. The fake news, the global elites, they don't want you to think about America and India as partners. Why? Because when democracies unite, when free people unite, they can't control it. They can't manipulate it. They can't rig it. And let me tell you, freedom-loving people are the hardest to stop. Think about it. In America, we believe in free speech, freedom of religion, freedom to start a business, freedom to build a life. In India, you see the same values: family, faith, hard work, people building from the ground up, people who love their traditions but also want progress. It's very much like America, and that's why I say our destinies are tied together. Now look, there are a lot of countries out there, and some of them don't believe in democracy at all. They believe in control, they believe in surveillance, censorship, shutting people down. You know who I'm talking about. They look at America and they look at India and they say, we don't want that model to succeed, because if it does, the people will rise up everywhere. And guess what? It is succeeding. Every time America and India shake hands, every time we trade, every time we share technology, every time we stand together at the United Nations, it's a reminder to the world, democracy works. And it doesn't just work, folks, it thrives. And let's not forget, democracy isn't easy. It's not perfect. America has had tough elections. India has had tough elections. We argue, we debate. Sometimes it gets very nasty. But you know what? At the end of the day, the people decide. Not the bureaucrats, not the dictators, not the unelected global organizations. The people. And that's what makes America and India so powerful. We trust our citizens. We say you are smart enough, strong enough, patriotic enough to make the choice. And here's the thing. When you have two massive democracies on opposite sides of the world, but with the same spirit, it's like two giant engines running at full speed. The energy is incredible. The potential is unlimited. And when we align, when we say, yes, we're going to be partners, the rest of the world pays attention. They may not like it, but they can't ignore it. You know, I've been to India. I've seen it firsthand. The passion of the people, the excitement, the pride. They have a spirit that's very similar to America's: tough, ambitious, not afraid of a challenge. And when you mix that with the American spirit, innovation, leadership, courage, you get something truly historic. This is what I mean by a shared destiny. Because it's not just about governments. It's not just about politicians. It's about people. Millions and millions of people who believe in freedom, who want opportunity, who want to build something for their children. And when American kids and Indian kids grow up knowing that their countries are partners, not rivals, then the future is secure. The future is strong. So when I say America and India should be the greatest partners in history, I mean it. Because together, we represent the power of democracy, the triumph of freedom, and the unstoppable force of the human spirit. And no dictatorship, no fake international club, no weak leader anywhere in the world can compete with that. Believe me. This is why the future is not written in Beijing. It's not written in Moscow. It's not written in Brussels. It's written in Washington and in New Delhi by free people for free people. And when those two great nations stand together, ladies and gentlemen, history itself bends in our favor. It's very powerful. It's very beautiful. And it's going to be absolutely unstoppable. Now, folks, let's talk about something very important. The economy. Everybody knows when Donald Trump talks economy, people listen. Why? Because I built one of the greatest economies in the history of the world, and I'll do it again. Nobody's done it better. Nobody's even come close. And when you think about building a strong economy for the future, you don't just look inside your borders, you look at your partners. And let me tell you, India is a powerhouse, absolute powerhouse. You look at India today, they've got some of the smartest people in the world, brilliant engineers, incredible entrepreneurs, very tough negotiators. I know because I've dealt with them. They're not easy, believe me, but they're good. They work hard, they study hard, they dream big, and America has the innovation, the creativity, the resources, the markets. You put those two together, you get something nobody else can compete with. Not China, not Europe, not anybody. Now let's talk about numbers, because people like to hear the facts. India has a population of over 1.4 billion, the biggest workforce on the planet. America has the biggest economy in the world, the largest consumer market, the strongest companies. When you combine American innovation with Indian talent, you create jobs, you create wealth, you create opportunity on a scale the world has never seen before. And I'll tell you, China doesn't like it. The European Union doesn't like it. Even some of our so-called allies don't like it. Why? Because they know if America and India build together, they're finished, totally finished. And that's why they try to divide us, they try to weaken us, they try to push us apart, but we're not going to let it happen. Not under my leadership. Now think about technology. In Silicon Valley, you have CEOs, founders, top engineers, many of them are Indian. Some of the biggest tech companies in the world have Indian-born leaders. Google, Microsoft, everybody knows it. That's talent, that's brains. And guess what? They love America. They come here because they know we are the land of opportunity. They know we reward excellence. And it's a beautiful thing because it shows you what happens when America and India come together. And it's not just tech. It's energy, it's manufacturing, it's defense, it's healthcare, it's everything. America has the capital, the investment power, the know-how. India has the young population, the drive, the hunger to succeed. That's a perfect match. You don't get that anywhere else. People sometimes ask me, Mr. President, why do you talk about India so much? And I say, because they get it. They understand growth. They understand ambition. They understand competition. And they don't want handouts. They want to work. They want to build. And when you have that spirit, combined with America's leadership, you're unstoppable. And let's be honest, folks, India's economy is growing fast, very fast. They're hungry. Meanwhile, a lot of other countries are slowing down, they're stuck, they're drowning in bureaucracy. But India, they're moving forward. And America, under my leadership, we're moving forward too. You put that together, you get speed, you get momentum, you get the future. Now, of course, there will be challenges, trade deals, tariffs, competition. People always complain. But here's the truth. When you negotiate tough but fair, when you respect each other's strengths, you can make deals that benefit both nations. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. And that's what I'll continue to do with India. Strong deals, fair deals, deals that put our people first. And here's something else nobody talks about. Remittances. Millions of Indian Americans are living in the United States. They work hard. They send money back to their families. They build bridges between our economies. That's billions of dollars every single year flowing into India, creating bonds that can't be broken. That's people-to-people economics, and it's very powerful. So here's the bottom line. America and India together are an economic powerhouse, stronger than China, stronger than Europe, stronger than anyone. And it's not just about money, it's about values. We believe in free enterprise. We believe in competition. We believe in rewarding hard work. And when two nations with those values stand together, they don't just create prosperity for themselves, they create hope for the world. And I'll tell you this, the 21st century will not belong to dictators. It will not belong to corrupt global bureaucrats. It will belong to the free nations that innovate, that trade, that build. And America and India are leading that charge. Together, we're building the greatest economic partnership the world has ever seen. And under my leadership, it's going to be bigger, stronger, and better than ever before. Believe me. If you don't have strong defense, if you don't have strong security, you don't have a country. Everybody knows it. I've said it 1,000 times. Borders, military, law and order. Without those, you're not safe. You're not secure. You're not free. And America, under my leadership, is the strongest military power the world has ever seen. Nobody comes close. And when you put that strength together with India's courage, with India's determination, you get something truly historic. Now, India knows what it means to fight. They fought wars, they faced terrorism, they faced aggression from neighbors who don't always play fair, and they stand tall, they don't back down. That's what I respect about India. They're tough, they're survivors. They fight for their sovereignty, just like America does. So when America and India join hands in defense, when we train together, when we share intelligence, when we develop technology together, it's not just about weapons, it's about sending a message. And the message is very simple. Free nations will not be pushed around, not by terrorists, not by dictators, not by anybody. You know, a lot of people forget, when I was president before, we brought America and India closer on defense than ever before. We signed big defense deals, billions and billions of dollars. We sold the best helicopters, the best planes, the best technology. Why? Because I trust India. I know they're going to use it to protect freedom, to protect stability in Asia, and to protect democracy. And it was a win-win deal. Jobs in America, security in India. That's how you do it, folks. That's called leadership. Now, let's talk about the Indo-Pacific, because you hear about it a lot, but nobody explains it the way I do. The Indo-Pacific is the center of global trade, global energy, global security. And who are the two most important nations in that region? America and India. Together, we make sure the sea lanes are open, we make sure piracy is stopped, we make sure no country can bully their neighbors. You know who I'm talking about. They send their ships, they try to control the waters, they think they own everything. Well, guess what? They don't. Not when America and India stand together. And terrorism, let's be very clear. Both our nations have been victims of terrible terrorist attacks. We know the pain, we know the loss, we know the cost, and that's why we don't play games with terrorists. We go after them, we destroy them, we make sure they can never ever harm innocent people again. America and India working together on counterterrorism is one of the strongest alliances you can imagine. It's not just military power, it's intelligence sharing, it's technology, it's strategy, and it saves lives. Let me tell you, folks, the enemies of freedom don't like this partnership. They're watching very closely. They see America and India shaking hands. They see our militaries training together. They see our leaders making strong commitments, and they panic because they know they can't divide us, they can't intimidate us, they can't stop us. And here's something I always say, peace comes through strength, not weakness, not apologies, not surrender, strength. And when you have America's unmatched military combined with India's fearless soldiers, you have strength like nobody has ever seen before. That kind of strength doesn't just protect us, it keeps the peace. Because the truth is, when you're that strong, wars don't happen. Because nobody is foolish enough to challenge you. And remember this, defense is not just about tanks and missiles, it's also about cyber, it's about satellites, it's about space. And America and India are working on all of it. We're talking about space exploration, space defense, satellites that can protect us, technology that keeps our people safe. The future of defense is not just on land, sea, and air, it's in space. And together, America and India will lead there too. And let's never forget the most important part of defense, the people. Our soldiers, our veterans, our heroes, the men and women in uniform who risk everything to keep us safe. America honors them. India honors them. And when we come together, we honor freedom itself. So here's the truth. When America and India are united on defense, no enemy stands a chance. No terrorist stands a chance. No dictator stands a chance. Together, we are not just strong, we are unstoppable. And under my leadership, this partnership will be stronger than ever before. It will protect our people, it will protect our freedoms, and it will protect the future. And let me tell you, folks, the world will be a lot safer, because when America and India stand together, peace wins, freedom wins, and the people win. Believe me, let me tell you, the future is not written in the past. It's written in the power we build today. And two things, two very big things, are going to decide the future of every nation on earth: energy and technology. If you win on energy, you control your destiny. If you win on technology, you control the future. And if you lose both, you don't have a chance. You're finished, totally finished. Now here's the good news. America and India together are positioned better than anyone anywhere to win this fight. And believe me, it is a fight, because you've got countries out there who want to dominate technology, dominate energy, dominate the future. They want to own it. and we're not going to let that happen. Not while I'm leading, not while India is rising. Let's talk energy first. America is blessed. We have oil, we have natural gas, we have coal, we have everything. And under my leadership, we use it. We don't shut it down, we don't destroy it, we don't hand it over to our enemies. We use it. That's called energy dominance. And India, they have incredible needs, a growing population, a booming economy, and a hunger for more energy to power their future. So what happens when you combine America's energy with India's demand? You get security, you get growth, you get independence from countries that want to use energy as a weapon. You've seen it before. Countries that turn off the pipeline, that hold energy hostage, that try to blackmail others. It's terrible. But if America and India stand together, we don't get blackmailed, we don't get threatened, we get stronger. Because America becomes the supplier, India becomes the partner, and both of us win. And nobody else can do it the way we can. But it's not just oil and gas. It's clean energy, nuclear energy, renewable energy. America is leading with innovation, and India is scaling it like nobody else. You want solar panels? India builds them. You want nuclear reactors? America designs them. You want innovation in wind, hydro, and more? Together we do it faster, cheaper, better, and it's not just about saving the planet, it's about saving money, creating jobs, and keeping our people safe. Now let's move to technology, and this is big, folks, very big, because technology decides everything today. Jobs, security, communication, even wars. Whoever controls technology controls the future. And America, we are the most innovative nation in the history of the world. We built the internet, we built Silicon Valley, we built the iPhone, we built everything people use every single day. And India, they're the technology workforce of the world. Brilliant coders, brilliant engineers, brilliant scientists. Together you have innovation and execution, and that's unstoppable. Think about artificial intelligence, AI. It's going to change everything. People say, Mr. President, what do you think about AI? And I tell them, it can be dangerous, but it can also be incredible if we lead. And who do I trust to lead with us? India. Because India has the talent, America has the resources, and both of us have the values. We believe technology should serve the people, not control the people. That's the difference. And let's talk about space. Space is the new frontier, not just for exploration, but for defense, for communication, for technology. America put a man on the moon. We're building the Space Force, which, by the way, is doing a fantastic job, an incredible job. India, they put rockets into space at a fraction of the cost. They're moving fast, very fast. Together, America and India will dominate space. Not Russia, not China, America and India. And that means safer satellites, faster communication, better science, and more opportunities for our kids and grandkids. Cybersecurity is another big one. We've all seen cyber attacks, hackers, fake news, digital manipulation. It's a disaster when weak countries let it happen. But America and India have the brains, the tools, the manpower to shut it down, to protect our businesses, to protect our elections, to protect our people. And that's why this partnership is so important. Now, I want to tell you something nobody talks about. When you build technology with friends, with trusted partners like India, you don't get spied on, you don't get cheated, you don't wake up one morning to find your secrets stolen. You know who does that, and it's not India. That's why we need this partnership, because trust matters. And let me remind you, technology isn't just about business. It's about opportunity. Think of a young student in America, learning coding, dreaming big. Think of a young student in India, studying engineering, dreaming big. When they work together, when they build together, when they innovate together, the sky's the limit. That's the shared destiny we're talking about. That's the future we're building. And this is important. Energy and technology don't just make us rich, they keep us free. Because when you control your energy, you don't beg from others. And when you control your technology, you don't bow to others. That's independence. That's sovereignty. And that's what America and India want. We don't want dependence. We don't want weakness. We want strength, independence, and freedom. So here's the bottom line. America and India together will lead the world in energy, lead the world in technology, and lead the world into the future. Other countries will try to catch up. They'll try to copy. They'll try to cheat. But they won't succeed, because the American spirit and the Indian spirit together is too strong, too smart, and too determined to ever be stopped. And under my leadership, this partnership is not just possible, it's inevitable. We're going to build the future together. We're going to power the future together. And we're going to make sure that the 21st century belongs to free nations, to strong nations, to democratic nations led by the two greatest, the United States of America and the Republic of India. Believe me, folks, it's going to be huge, bigger than anything you've ever seen before. I want to talk about something even bigger than governments, even bigger than economies, even bigger than armies or technology, because at the end of the day, none of that matters without one thing: the people, the spirit, the heart. You can have the strongest military in the world, the biggest economy, the most advanced technology, and believe me, America and India have all of that more than anybody else, but if you don't have the people, the heart, the will to fight, the will to build, the will to dream, then you have nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's why America and India are so special, because our greatest strength is not just our weapons, not just our companies, not just our resources, it's our people. The American people, the Indian people, hardworking, faithful, tough, proud, ambitious, people who love their families, love their countries, and never give up. I'll never forget my trip to India. Incredible trip. Millions of people lined the streets. I've never seen anything like it. The energy, the excitement, the pride. It was unbelievable. They were waving, cheering, shouting, Trump, Trump, Trump. And I'll tell you, I felt the love, I felt the passion. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are just like the people back home. Different language, different culture, but the same heart, the same belief in hard work, the same respect for family, the same desire to live free. That's the connection. That's why our two nations fit together so perfectly. And think about the Indian American community, over 4 million strong, some of the most successful, most hardworking people in our country. Doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs, small business owners, they contribute so much. They love America, but they never forget India. They build bridges between our nations every single day. And I'll tell you something, I've met with them, I've celebrated with them, I've listened to their stories, and it proves exactly what I'm saying. The spirit of India and the spirit of America are the same spirit. The spirit of freedom, the spirit of opportunity, the spirit of never ever giving up. Now, our people don't always have it easy. In America, we've seen jobs stolen, communities destroyed, families struggling. In India, millions still fight poverty, still fight inequality, still fight challenges every single day. But here's the difference. We don't sit around and complain. We don't wait for handouts. We work, we innovate, we hustle, we fight, and we rise. That's what makes us different from the weak nations, from the corrupt elites, from the lazy bureaucrats. Our people rise, always. And this is why the partnership between America and India isn't just about politics, it's about people. It's about the farmer in Iowa and the farmer in Punjab. It's about the student in New York and the student in Mumbai. It's about the small business owner in Texas and the shopkeeper in Delhi. Different worlds, same dreams. They want to provide for their families. They want safety, they want dignity, and they want a future. And let me tell you something powerful. When you combine those dreams, when you connect those people, you don't just build trade deals or defense agreements. You build destiny, you build history. You build something so strong that no dictator, no terrorist, no corrupt institution can ever break it, because it's not built by politicians, it's built by the people. I always say this, the elites can make their little deals, they can sit in their little conferences, but the people decide the future. And the people of America and the people of India have already decided. They've decided they want freedom, they've decided they want strength, they've decided they want prosperity, and when the people decide, nothing can stop it. Now let's talk about values, because values matter. In America, we believe in God, family, country. In India, you see the same. Deep faith, strong family ties, love for their nation. That's the glue, folks. That's what keeps people strong when times are tough. That's what keeps them pushing forward when the elites say it's impossible. And the young people, wow, the young people. In America, in India, they're incredible. Gen Z, millennials, they're bold, they're fearless. Sometimes they're a little wild, but they want change, they want opportunity, they want their voices heard. And that energy, when guided by strong leadership, becomes unstoppable. You've seen it in India with young people creating startups, writing code, changing industries. You've seen it in America with young people inventing, innovating, leading movements. That's the heartbeat of our nations. That's the spirit that never dies. And don't forget, when people come together, nothing is too big, nothing is too far. Think about it. An American entrepreneur and an Indian engineer could create the next big company that changes the world. An American scientist and an Indian doctor could cure diseases. An American teacher and an Indian professor could educate the next Einstein. That's what happens when the people unite. So when I say America and India will be the greatest partners in history, I don't just mean government signing papers. I mean people, ordinary people with extraordinary spirit. I mean the families, the workers, the students, the soldiers, the dreamers. They are the true power. They are the true leaders. And let me close with this, because it's very important. The world is watching. They see America, they see India, they see two great nations with the same heart, the same values, the same destiny. And they know if we stay united, if our people stay united, nothing can stop us. Not China, not Russia, not the European Union, not the fake global organizations, nobody. Because when you have the American people and the Indian people with their strength, their faith, their determination, their love for freedom, you have something more powerful than armies, more powerful than money, more powerful than anything in the world. You have the spirit, the human spirit, the free spirit, the unbreakable spirit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why America and India will not only be the greatest partners in history, they will lead the world into a future of strength, of prosperity, of freedom, and of greatness like we've never seen before. Believe me, it's going to be absolutely tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about a lot today: democracy, economy, defense, energy, technology, the people, the spirit. And it all comes down to this: America and India standing together are the most powerful partnership the world has ever seen. For too long, weak leaders have ignored this. For too long, the fake news has downplayed it. But we know the truth. The truth is that when America and India join hands, the world changes. It becomes safer, stronger, freer, better. And let me tell you something. The world doesn't want this. China doesn't want it. The globalists don't want it. The corrupt elites don't want it. But it's going to happen because the people want it. The American people want it. The Indian people want it. And when the people want it, when the people demand it, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop it. This is more than politics, more than policies. This is destiny. The destiny of two great nations with shared history, shared values, and now a shared future. Together, we will build prosperity. Together, we will defend freedom. Together, we will lead the world into a new era of greatness. And I promise you this: under my leadership, America will never back down. America will never apologize for being strong. And together with India, we will make sure the 21st century is not the century of tyranny, not the century of socialism, not the century of decline, but the century of freedom, strength, and greatness. So remember this: America first, India strong, and together, we will be the greatest partners in history. And the best is yet to come. Believe me.